There is something you know you should do. You have known for weeks, maybe months, and every morning without fail, something inside you finds a reason. Not today, too tired, not ready, too much, tomorrow, and you believe it. Not because the reason is true, but because the quiet of staying still feels safer than whatever lives on the other side of effort. The mind has one ancient task: to protect you. It learned this before you were born, when protection meant survival, when stillness saved lives, when the unknown could end you. But you are not being hunted. You are being invited to build something, to become someone, to cross a distance inside yourself that you have been circling for a long time. And the mind doesn't know the difference. It registers the discomfort of beginning something difficult, and it sends one clear signal: danger, stop, wait, rest. And so you do. You reach for the screen. You say, tomorrow. You write the plan you won't follow. You speak gently to yourself about why today just isn't the right time. And somehow, this feels like wisdom, like self-awareness, like patience. But it isn't. Here is what you may have never let yourself fully see. The feeling you have before doing something hard, that tightening, that quiet resistance, that voice that says, not yet. That feeling is not a warning. It is simply what effort feels like. You have been mistaking friction for danger, and that single confusion has cost you more than you know. We speak of motivation as though it is a gate, as though some people receive the key early and others must wait outside until they have earned the right to begin. But motivation does not come before action. It comes during it and after. I think of a craftsman who rises before the city awakes, not because he feels inspired, not because the cold morning calls to him. He rises because rising is who he has decided to be. And somewhere in the first hour, in the making, in the motion, in the quiet resistance of the work, the feeling arrives, not as permission, as a companion. Marcus Aurelius wrote of this in his private journals, not the polished words of an emperor, but the honest confessions of a man who had to argue himself out of bed each morning. He went anyway, not because he had conquered his reluctance, but because he had stopped asking for permission. The reluctance was still there. It simply no longer held a vote. Most of us give it the only vote that matters. Let me say something to you now, not as encouragement, but as quiet observation. The version of you who waits until they feel ready will never arrive, because readiness is not a feeling that comes before the difficult thing. It is a feeling that grows inside it, through it, and only emerges on the other side. You have never waited to feel ready to breathe. You have never needed motivation to love someone. You simply did, and the doing shaped what you felt. But somewhere along the way, you began to treat your own growth differently, as though your discomfort's approval was required, as though the hard thing would become less hard if you arrived at it in precisely the right state of mind. It won't. The gap between who you are and who you are quietly trying to become. It is not a gap of ability. It is not a gap of time or talent or circumstance. It is a gap of beginning. That is all. And beginning does not ask for your readiness. It only asks for the smallest act of honest movement before the feeling comes, before the doubt clears, before the mind agrees. You don't need to silence the voice that tells you to wait. You only need to move before you finish listening to it. Start before you feel ready. Begin in the cold. Begin with doubt. Begin in the long pause that has stretched much longer than it should have. The version of you who begins, uncertain, imperfect, not quite prepared, is already more than the version of you who waits for a readiness that will never arrive. What is the one thing you have been postponing, and what might become possible if you simply began today?